Hi, it's Kim McGrath from Expressions of the Universe with your stars and cards for August 2024. We're kicking the month off with the calendar date of August 1st, which is Lammas or Lugnasa. And I did post on Facebook and Instagram giving you in full detail what that is, but it's the midway point between summer and autumn in the Northern Hemisphere. It is the beginning of Celtic festivals that mark the upcoming harvest season at the end of summer. But that's astronomically, because the astronomical seasons always begin on, say, the 1st of August, the 1st of June, the 1st of, I believe, November, and then the 1st of February. I give you details about that as well. What it is when the sun, for Lugnasa or Lammas, when the sun reaches 15 degrees of Leo, it's a very energetically potent, dynamic type of energy because we are reaching the peak of summer and then it'll go into a decline for the beginning of the next season, which in this case is autumn. Ironically, I have my moon at 15 degrees of Leo in the fourth house of home and family and roots and ancestors. And you see me here, this is 15 degrees of Leo. The hair, the personality. I am a little low key today, but you know, if you've been watching me for a while, you know. I'm going to be pulling cards. I showed you this maybe a month or two ago. A friend of mine bought me this really gorgeous deck. I opened it when I was on camera, but I never really got into it. So I don't know the cards. I don't know what to expect. I may need to use the book just to give you accurate descriptions, but I'll pull cards for all zodiac signs for the month of August. And it is Heavenly Bodies Astrology, the little guidebook. And it's by Lily Ashwell. I don't know where my friend Laura got it, but it's beautiful. And let's see, what do we have going on? Big kicker off for this week, if you're watching this at the beginning of August, is we have a new moon. I'm going to share my screen, I suppose. Share my screen so you could see what I'm doing. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So August 2024, stars and cards for all zodiac signs. Here is my little disclaimer that the content in this presentation is for entertainment, enjoyment, and folly. This program is for informational purposes only. Astrological readings represented in this presentation do not constitute, do not replace, and should not be construed as financial, legal, medical, psychiatric, psychological, or any other type of professional advice on any subject matter. If you require such advice, please consult a licensed professional, your medical doctor. Just to cover myself. All right, so this is what our month looks like. Just talked about Lugnasa, Lammas, the cross quarter point. August 4th, we have a really big day. We have the new moon in Leo at 12 degrees, 34 minutes. Venus will be entering Virgo and Mercury's going retrograde in Virgo, but will move back into Leo, as that's where the potent energy is this year in fire signs. August 8th is the peak of the Lionsgate portal. I have so many articles over the years about Lionsgate portal. It opened on July 26th and it closes around August 12th when the Perseid meteor showers begin. And what the Lionsgate portal is, it's intense, intensified, potent energy once again, but it's the alignment of the star Regulus and Sirius with the pyramids in Giza. It's a perfect alignment. And so that's why it's a long period of time, July 26th, estimated to August 12th, with the peak being August 8th. Great thing about this is August being the 8th month, the 8th day, and 2024 equals the number 8. So we're doing 888 this year. The number 8 is all about infinity. It is about creation. It is creative mother type of energy, because if you think of a spider with the 8 legs, the hourglass or 8 figure 8 shape body, if you put it on its side, it is the infinity symbol. So go ahead to expressionsoftheuniverse.com and check out my plethora of articles that I've written over the years about this. Maybe I'll kick out one for this year, being that it is 888. August 12th, Perseid meteor shower peaks. You can see them now. I actually saw one at 3:30 this morning when I took my dog Bailey out, and it was a little cloudy. It's usually very humid here on the East Coast this time of year, so we kind of get like a cloud cover. And typically I've been disappointed with the Perseids simply because we don't have clear skies here with the amount of humidity living so close to the coastline. Once in 50 years of going out all of the time, my grandfather always took us out for the meteor showers, everyone. One time in 50 years, which was only a few years ago, I was able to experience a fantastic show on the peak. So mark your calendars. August 19th, we have the full sturgeon or full green corn moon in Aquarius at 27 degrees, 15 minutes. August 22nd, the sun will enter Virgo, those little virgins coming out to play. However, you know, Mercury, the ruling sign of Virgo, in conjunction with Chiron, the wounded healer, will be retrograde. And so it could be a rough start unless you were born with Mercury retrograde. And I just want to put a little disclaimer out. People need to stop blaming planets for crap happening in your life or like destroying your life. You know, stuff happens all of the time, every single day. You need to learn how to be flexible and resilient with that and figure out the solutions. September 1st, I'm just throwing it out there because Uranus, the planet of chaos and energy, electricity, unexpected happenings, will be going retrograde. So we can expect some crazy things, power outages, earthquakes, you know, storms of great magnitude, because it is in the sign of Taurus, which is, you know, rules the earth. And so we could see some crazy stuff there. I want to point out, if you look to the right, August brings the fire. So this is for health and well-being. Internal heat brings caution to physical exertion. So you want to be really cautious this month, especially if you have any planets in Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or the fixed signs even, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo. Because there's a lot of cardiac indications, there are circulatory indications. As you can see, the lymphatics are sluggish and clogged, thyroid, gallbladder clogged. And so the best remedy for that, of course, would be herbal solutions, but just moving your body, eating lighter, hydrating, heavily hydration. So you'll see the energy is hot and dry, and hydration is the key here. You know, you do want to consult with your certified herbalist, but yarrow, hawthorn, rosemary, cleavers, all really great for this. Hawthorn is really a wonderful heart herb. I drink hawthorn tea all of the time because, you know, I have my moon in Leo at 15 degrees. And so I watch that. I just started drinking yarrow tea, which also helps with cardiac, but it's also a blood purifier. Yarrow, just look it up. Yarrow itself is wonderful for so many things. Rosemary helps to balance our blood and our energy. And cleavers is really great for unclogging, like ear, nose, and throat, your lymphatics. So check into them. So also, August is going to be bringing mental health alerts, especially when the sun enters Virgo season, because Virgo, ruled by Mercury, it's all about the mind, our words, mental health. So there's a lot of instability, hyperactivity, anxiety, restlessness, activates the sympathetic nervous system and voluntary nervous systems. Asthma increases sluggish organs of the digestive system. Virgo rules the digestive system. So what would I suggest? Yarrow is definitely good for that. Digestion. My mind just went blank. I'll have to, hopefully I'll remember what I was thinking. All right, so here we have the new moon in Leo. You could see the sun and the moon come together in Leo at 12 degrees, 34 minutes. We also have, at this time of this new moon, is Venus just getting ready to enter Virgo. I didn't put time or location up, and I didn't put the houses, just so that you can use this chart for wherever you are. You can use my Astro 101 video to learn how to pull your own chart, or you can go to expressionsoftheuniverse.com, my website, or social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook, and Twitter reading me. But you could see the aspects that it's making. So we have Mercury in conjunct to Neptune. To me, that really speaks of uncertainty, mental fogginess, not knowing what the truth is. There's like a shadow or a fog over our mental faculties. So be cautious, because I just feel, and it, you know, Venus is playing a part in here. So women, uncertainty, especially maybe with things overseas or behind the scenes. We also have an inconjunct from those points to Pluto, the planet of death, endings, transformation, and new beginnings. So the handle of this hammer of Thor, or Yod, or Yod, however you want to call it, is Venus and Mercury. And it's going to smash through the illusion and the lies, the fog, and also on a lesser degree, smash through the power. Which end is it going to hit? Where is 0 degrees Aquarius in your chart? Where is 29 degrees of Pisces in your chart? That's where you're going to feel it. With this Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces, you could be blindsided by something completely unexpected. We also have Mercury squaring Uranus. That is electric on electric. So there we have that very intense energy that I was talking about with power outages and earthquakes possibly and the like. Check my notes. See what else. We want to be cautious on August 13th. A lot of energy in the fire signs. This is where those health aspects I was talking about with hot, dry, the need for extra hydration. So you really want to be cautious about physical exertion outside in that type of heat. Much of the country will be under a heat wave for sure. And that runs all the way through that whole, second, third week of August. A lot of very tense energies from what I'm seeing. Then we have the full moon in Aquarius, August 19th, right before the sun will move into Virgo. And it's at 27 degrees, 15 minutes of Leo, the sun. The moon is at 27 degrees, 15 minutes of Aquarius. And this is like a very tense day. You see these red lines. This is called a T-square. Where is it squaring? Venus, the moon, and Mars, Jupiter. So this is also a big indication for possible cardiac issues, asthma. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, COVID could be on the upswing, ramping up. So you really want to be cautious with that. Let's see, do I have any more notes? Circulatory imbalances, cardiac, spinal cord. Be careful what you're picking up. Be careful of falls as well. Clogged gallbladder, needing gallbladder surgery, thyroid, heart connection, lymphatic sluggishness involving the heart. And so also there's a remote causation. So even if you don't have a planet in these areas, what's crazy is with the full moon that we had back in Capricorn a month ago, or I should say maybe like 2 weeks ago, I can't remember what the date was. I woke up and my whole entire rib cage in the front and the back, I was in so much pain. It felt like that I broke ribs. And here's the crazy thing. I don't have anything in Cancer. It is in my third house. But I was looking up, well, what can this be? And I must have twisted something. So here's the cool thing is that that full moon was at 29 degrees Capricorn Cancer, and 28 degrees of Cancer rules the rib cage and the ligaments. So that's what I had injured, the ligaments of the rib cage. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it must have happened like right before I woke up. So how crazy is that? Even though I don't have anything in my chart, those aspects were sitting in that place in my chart. And I wound up waking up with an injury. So it could be crazy stuff like that. That's remote causation. And if you do have something in your chart, it could be exacerbated. I don't know. We don't always feel or see the aspects when they come through, but I just thought I would tell you about that because it was crazy and I was in so much pain for like 3 days until it healed. And here we are with your stars and cards. Let's get started on that. Trying to keep this short, sweet, simple. Okay. So I'm going to start with Aries, work my way through the zodiac. You want to, and look, this is the box that it comes in. It's really, really beautiful. It says heaven is under our feet as well as over our heads. I thought this would be a really great deck for us to see what August is going to bring for us. Bear with me as I first time shuffling these cards, and I don't know these cards. I don't know what to expect. So if you know your chart, you want to look for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant. Or if you have a stellium, or also known as a cluster of planets, also known as a stellium in your chart, you may want to look up that sign. Also look up your family and your friends. See what's happening with them. I will read all of these cards upright, since this is the first time I'm checking out this deck. I'm just going to pull from the top, and here we go. So Aries, I have the second house. I love the artwork in these cards. It's soft and subtle. House 2 is your card. This talks about the things that you value, your possessions, um, your it's material things, but it's also immaterial things, like what is more important to you. This particular card is talking about physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes. The second house is very much about self-worth, because a lot of people tie their self-worth with how much money they have, or what kind of house they have, or car, what their possessions are. So this could be for the Aries getting out of that mode, counting your blessings, and thinking more along the line of the immaterial things. So let me just scan this real quick. So the keywords are personal resources, material values, money, possessions, self-worth, bodily awareness, practical abilities, establishing physical security. So this could be, putting money away for a rainy day, making sure your investments are solid, starting investments, getting a new job, switching jobs, getting a second or third job. So, because material assets, material things are necessary for our survival. So that's what I have for you, Aries. Before I switch over, this new moon in Leo is trining whatever you have in Aries. So it's adding that potent energy to you. Taurus, the little bulls, you have the card of Gemini. So this is an air card. This is about the things you say, the way you think. This says curiosity, so it's about learning new things, intellect, and networking, getting out and socializing for the Tauruses. Let me see if I can further elaborate on that. So Taurus, suns, risings, moons. The keywords here say curiosity, intellect, versatility. That's a little hard for Tauruses because you're a fixed sign. Quick to move, quick to change. That's not a Taurus. I'm a Taurus rising. We don't like change. We like things to stay the same, but you know, here's the double-edged sword. I'm a Gemini sun, so I love change. So this is saying, you know, time for the Tauruses to switch it up a little bit, change things. It's about learning something new, communicating, networking, and socializing. The shadow side of this is lack of focus, attention, restlessness, and aloofness. Just bored, not knowing what you want to do with yourself. Um, and the social butterfly that Gemini is. Taurus, this is just saying it's time for you to get out and about. All right, Geminis. You have the Taurus card. So Geminis, if you've been running around crazy, this is saying it's time for you to stabilize, take stock of your possessions, start to luxuriate in the dog days of summer, and enjoy some good food, enjoy some good music and art, and yeah, savor things. This says trust, patience, and sensuality. I love that. Taurus is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love. All right, so this is for Geminis, by the way. The keywords here are love of beauty, stability, patience, and trust. So what I'm getting from that, like I said, if you've been running around crazy, Geminis, it's time to slow down. The stability is like stop flitting from place to place, plant your feet somewhere, stop scattering your energy. The experiences is experiencing life through the senses. That's what Taurus is all about. You know, the pleasure of the food and beautiful art and beautiful smell, gardens, food, music, wine, all of that. And oh, luxurious sheets and materials. The shadow of this is materialism and stubbornness. So be mindful of that. Cancers, you have the Aries card. So Cancers, this is interesting because Aries is a sister or brother cardinal sign, which means getting things off to a new start, a new beginning. Time for you to come out of your shell, using a little more aggression, maybe, starting a new project. This says this is about independence, where Cancers could be a little codependent. This is bravery and passion. So that could be a little tough for Cancer suns, risings, and moons, is to exercise independence, bravery, and passion. The key words here are inspiration, passion, initiation, new beginnings, bravery, independence, physical activity. So if you've been a sluggish little crab, you better get moving, especially because you could have those issues with the lymphatic. Experience are moving towards the uncharted territories. The shadow of this is about doing something impulsively, being impatient, and no follow through with something that you began, being completely selfish. Okay. Leos, this is your new moon. Sun is in Leo, and you have Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer, currently in Aries. So the wounds are about the self, the I am. And so with this being for Leo, and I think we could all take a cue from this, excuse me, is that we have to check our ego and make sure that the things that we're doing aren't coming from ego because of wounds. This says hurt and heal. Hurt and heal. So let me look that up. Oh, how convenient. It was right here. Really pretty card. The key words here are the deepest wound and a teacher of wisdom. So this is talking about lessons, maybe going within on this new moon and really digging deep. Somebody showing up on the Mercury retrograde, because this will be Mercury retrograde starting in Virgo, moving back into Leo. Somebody showing up from the past that either caused hurt or will help you heal. The experiences here, a spiritual injury, a healing journey where you develop empathy and heal others and self-acceptance. And that was my son-in-law that just ran upstairs. So, yeah, I think Leo's, with this being Leo season, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So get to it. But just to elaborate a little bit, what is your greatest spiritual journey? And can you identify common thread between situations that have caused you the most anguish? Do you have an unnameable dooming trait within you that you consider your fatal flaw? Those are the things you want to think about. Virgo, little virgins, you have the Sagittarius card. This is about adventure. This is about freedom and independence and travel. Oh, it's okay. This is optimism, so that's in here. And based optimism, exploration, and freedom for the good. All right, let's see what the keywords are for this. Optimism, philosophy. Oh, right. So with Sagittarius, it is about philosophy. We don't want to get too dogmatic in our philosophy, shoving our thoughts and beliefs down other people's throats. That's so important. And a shadow side of Sagittarius, ethics, imagination, exploration, independence. The shadow of this is chronically dissatisfied, being chronically dissatisfied and being aloof. So a lot of times with Sagittarius energy, when you can't find any joy in anything, you're constantly running around looking for the next best thing. Experience is seeking freedom, a journey, and an adventure. So it's time for you to get packing, Virgos, and go on a trip and have some fun. Libra, you have the Scorpio card. And so this here says it's about intensity, exploring, purging, and renewing. Scorpio card is very much that Pluto energy. Switch back here. All right, so the keywords for the Libras, this is about tapping into your intuition, knowing things are going to be intense, allowing yourself to feel that intensity, allow yourself to feel the emotions surfacing up through this time. Thinking about the taboo, things that are taboo to you, taboo to people. This includes sex or things we don't talk about. Experiences are exposing, purging, renewing, death, rebirth, and power. The shadow of this is being defensive, manipulative, vengeful, or secretive. So be cautious with that. Have to pause for just a moment. All right, so we just finished Libra up. Now we're going to do Scorpio. Scorpio, you have Pisces, sister water sign. This is about really going to the depths of your emotion, tapping into your intuition. This card is saying intimacy, intuition, and compassion. So whereas Scorpios could be a little brutal, this is about, really opening up your heart and allowing yourself to have that compassion for others, to help others, not to be so introverted. But I am picking up. Okay, the keywords here, intuition, sensitivity, compassion, intimacy, forgiveness. Ooh, that's a big one, Scorpio. Big, big, big. The experiences are psychic connections. So be on the lookout for the signs and different experiences that you could be having with the other side, the other realms. serving something greater than yourself, serving others, helping others, doing something for someone else, Scorpio. The shadow is of this is not putting up boundaries, martyrdom, being a martyr, which I see when a lot of people blame things on the planets. Escapism, running away. Pisces likes to do that. They don't want to face what's going on. And also escaping through addictions, overeating, drinking, maybe drugs, smoking, over exercise, like anything that you're doing in excess as a means to avoid what you have to deal with. So, Scorpio, you have a tall order for you this month of August. Sagittarius, you have the Pluto card. So this is death, endings, new beginnings, and transformation. This card says time to transform. Transform. See, pretty cool card though. The keywords here about karma, buried secrets coming to the surface, survival or being in survival mode, and also the taboo, the things that we don't talk about, the things that you're avoiding. The experiences for this month, possibly death and rebirth, transformation. Where are you broken? Purged and renewed, power, sex, and your soul's evolution. This is about leveling up. So we don't want to be pushing things down, Sagittarius. You got to let things rise to the surface and experience all of that. Time for you to take your armor off and allow yourselves to be vulnerable, Sag. Okay, Capricorn, we have house 10. This is about wisdom. This is about what are you doing in the outer world. House 10 is ruled by Capricorn typically. So it says structure, discipline, your life's mission, accomplishments, and career. So for the Capricorns, are you starting something new? Are you reassessing what you're doing in the outer world? Taking stock? Are you trying to maybe change things up? Some of you could be thinking of retiring as well. So house 10, let me go to that and see if I can elaborate on that. I really love this book. There's so much in it that I don't know how I would remember everything, but maybe. Keywords here is structure, discipline, career, public image, and reputation. So, out of all the Capricorns that are going to be watching this, you will need at least one of those things: structure, discipline, career, public image, reputation. That will be your August theme. Experiences include life mission, time earned achievements. So that could be retirement, establishing a position in society. This also represents the mother, the father, becoming a parent, becoming a grandparent, moving up to that next level. Persist towards your goals with ambition, discipline, and perseverance, but don't cling too tightly to the outcome. Aquarius, we're coming to the end. Aquarius, you have house 9. This is about expansion, travel overseas. This is foreign things, foreign people. This is justice, education, higher education. But this is talking about spiritual growth for the Aquarius. So have you been so logical and analytical that you're not allowing your spiritual side, your softer side, your intuition, your gut, and your third eye to shine? This talks about life's philosophy, ethics, and places of worship. Places of worship can be the forest, doesn't have to be a building, isn't necessarily always dogmatic. This is asking you to open your mind to the ways of being and seeing and get out of your logical mind a little bit, Aquarius, and start to open up to other realms. Yes, this is a powerful time for foreign travel, meeting foreign people, but also expanding your mind can be potentially profound. The experiences are spiritual growth, long journeys, foreign travel, gaining a broader perspective, and higher education. And last but not least, Pisces, you have the eighth house, and that does it looks dooming. The eighth house typically does rule things on the other side, death and wills and sects and taboos and things we don't talk about, marriage also. This is saying transformations, karma, facing fears and legacies. Let's see what your keywords are, Pisces. Interesting, because Scorpio, which rules the eighth house, got the Pisces card. And now Pisces, which rules the 12th house, is getting eighth house Scorpio card. All right, so karma, karmic connections, secrets, legacies. What are you leaving behind? You know, so that's something to think about. Also sexuality, research. This is about going deep, where sometimes, you know, Pisces wants to swim on the surface. They don't want to go deep. They don't want to feel those feelings. They don't want to, they want to put on that mask and just skim the surface is what I'm hearing. This is about facing your fears. This is about death, endings, rebirth, transformation, profound change when you allow yourself to be vulnerable and intimate. And this is about power and control. Who are you trying to control? Who has control over you or power? So there's a lot of dynamics within that for you, Pisces. I think that's it. That's all I've got. What do we have coming up? So I've been contemplating putting together a video of some predictions that I made for the upcoming United States election. Not sure, because you know how people are. Certain people I have told what my prediction and outcome are, and I'm going to stick by it. So maybe I'll make that video. I'm not sure. Not sure yet. Waiting for some guidance from my higher guides. And otherwise, happy new moon, happy Mercury retrograde, and a happy full moon. I will be back at the end of August, beginning of September, with the September stars and cards. Be sure to check out my reading offerings, my astro fertility, which is really doing so well. Really, I'm just so thrilled with that. And what astro fertility is using the planets in your own birth chart to predict when the best time is to try and conceive. And my daughter is a client, so my granddaughter Ruby is a result of that. And my nephew and his wife just had a baby last Saturday as a result of that. I have a lot of happy clients, many, and I'm still waiting on to hear from a couple of others. And I just heard the other day of someone that I had given dates to months ago, and also predicted the gender, and that was correct as well. So go check out expressionsoftheuniverse.com. Check out my articles, my offerings. I'm going to be switching some things up soon. And hopefully being able to engage a little bit more now that Ruby is flourishing. She's not that cranky little girl. She's napping well. She's playing. She's having fun. She sits up. She crawls. She's 5 months old. She's all over the place. So things are easier now. So fingers crossed. Have a happy August, and I'll see you next month. Bye.